Okay, so I guess I don't really mean to say this as anything. And I do feel bad for somebody, but it wouldn't be single parent, okay, everybody? I don't really know why I keep touching my hip either, but no. I don't want to go along with what they're saying in that background right there, but cyber abuse has been a big thing. I'm not gonna make it about that. I'm gonna talk about 2022 when I finally decided to call the dad of my children back to my house because my first son was getting sick. Well, no, not getting sick. He was sick, and then like I took him to my mom's after like a couple of months that I noticed he still wasn't eating correctly. So now he's doing better, but um yeah. So I had messaged this guy, and it's not a big thing between us because he's just a weird person. I don't really like him. He's not a really good person either. So whatever. Um anyways, I messaged this person and I just like, yeah, I'll just be getting hit here. So what I meant by that is that this person that I was with was now beginning to get a little handsy and get a little bit like not too violent, but kind of like in a way violent. So I never really known this person as being another type of person, not even a violent person. But I don't really care even if he lives here and he doesn't leave. I just feel like, well, I can't really kick him out either. So I really don't care. But I just felt like I needed to say something about like getting abused because everyone, this is not my life story. Probably the cyber abuse story is like the whole entire thing, and that's probably a life story right there because that's been happening since I was young. So it's not really about that story right now because I've tried to talk about it and no one really cared. I guess everyone now is just stupid and they don't really care about people and whatever about them. So anyways, 2022 when he moved here, it was great, but suddenly it just changed from like being great to now it's like I should be insecure, and he's telling me about things about girls, how they look at him, and how he says I'm cute and girls like me, and all these other things, like, and how I should just feel something about it, and how I should just be angry about something like that. And I'll talk about that in the next video, but before that, um, I just want to talk about, actually, I've already talked about that, so I'll kind of just change the titles on here instead of the dates to the titles. Um, so everyone, this isn't gonna help me probably with presidentry if I ever run for president. Just freaking shut down presidentry how it should be already because of how much abuse is going on in this whole entire country, and it's leading to spread to other countries, and that's horrible. Um getting into this, I called him, and I don't really call it being a single parent on how after I called him it seems as if I'm just saying it, and before me calling him it was like, were you a single parent, or why didn't you talk to him, or this and that. Like, I don't really know what was going on. I lived with my parents for a while before I moved here, and we didn't really like keep in touch or anything. Like, it wasn't a really good thing. I guess if I say how I try to work things out with him, it doesn't happen. It's not a big effort that I'm making, it seems as, and to me it does, because like, not just cuz I have children with him, but because like I thought maybe that we had something. But I guess I just think maybe I didn't look at it in another way. Like, maybe I just thought that, hey, since I know you, and since I've seen you before, and since, well, because we had a child already, and now he's getting called back in 2022. So I don't know who that was to, but if you have anything to do with Kim, I really don't want to be talking to you. So just make sure you let anybody and me know that you don't like her, because if you're talking to me through this thing now that you're involved with all of her cyber stalking and cyber hacking, then, you know, as long as you let me know, then I will repeat and talk about how you have to just voice and say that you have nothing to do with her, because that right there, what she did and what she's doing and what she's done, and what she's been put in a part of, then nope. I can't have anything to do with that, and I don't want anything to do with that, because that is just some other thing, and that's horrible stuff right there. So I'm not gonna make another video. So talking about how I didn't ever really understand about letting go and moving forward. And no, I'm not going to move forward to anybody else. That's just fucking disgusting as well. And I'm sorry that I had to curse. So I'm sorry. I probably won't curse again, but I don't know how it came out. It just slipped out, and sorry about that. And I apologize, because I really mean it. I don't want to be talking like that on my videos and whatever about what they're going to talk about YouTube. So anyways, well, before this whole entire thing that happened with being abused and hit and bruised, and in 2023 that it's led from 2022 to now, I had made a comment to Roderick, because he was starting to get a little handsy, and it was just like, whoa. Well, jokingly, I just said it. Yeah, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm talking to someone now, and if I know this correctly, you would think that I would want to go and do things with you. So no, I don't. But not only that, I'm not gonna talk to you, because also that person wasn't really a good person to me, anyways. I don't know if anyone has ever experienced this while they're with somebody, but they're hearing threats, and now all of a sudden this person is kind of going along to not hearing them, just doing what they want to for themselves. Well, that's what kind of happened with that story right there. But so 2022, when I had called him in here, called him over to my house, and finally started to be as if it was going to be something. Well, when that happened right there, and it led to me actually making that comment, like, yeah, I'll just be over here getting hit by somebody. It wasn't in another term. It was really in regards to how he was being like a little aggressive, and I didn't really understand it. But then after that, it got really horrible, actually. Sorry about that. It got really horrible, actually. If I can voice and share my opinion on every single note and effort they try to make in my background of them talking, I will. But if you're hearing my video and they're just getting to you as well, then I'm sorry about that. I don't want to make videos and have that on my background, and you all be like shut out and like feel like, you know, you should get threatened to by them. Anyways, well, as I was saying, I should just start it like this again. I was here with him, and we're hanging out, so it's not a big thing about jealousy and if he's talking to someone else, or, well, I hope he isn't, right? Because that would be kind of weird if he's living at my house. But it's not about him like doing anything in regards to being sexual or intimate or masturbating to other females or watching porn or anything like that. But it should be, right? But it's really not, because of course I get sad, and of course I feel as if I'm really sad, but I don't really cry about it, or I don't really know how to get frantic about it, because I know that that's how they want me to feel, like shaky and everything. And other days it has got to me, but I guess today I just took this robotic leg off and I just lowered this thing down my throat, so they're not really interacting with me that much within the voice. They're more in the background and that's it. And I've kind of figured it out how to keep them away from being so close to how my voice is sounding and how we were repeating the same type of things. So being abused is super horrible, and I guess I got a couple of 8 more minutes on here because I noticed my other video went a little bit longer, and so I'll just make this about 18 minutes long, I guess, because that's how it would be. I would probably start a new video, but it's been too much and a lot of stories have got in the way before I talk about this. And so I didn't really think that the abuse that was happening right then and there, where he was starting to get aggressive, was gonna get like out of control and it was gonna be horrible. I didn't think about it like that. I just thought it was gonna be normal and regular, and now I feel like it's really not gonna work out. But before I get to that, it was like everything was gonna be good, and you know, probably it wouldn't get to such a bad experience of being abused. But one day, we were laying on bed and we're not doing anything. We're just there, and I look over and something happens, and it's not about any other story about another girl, another person, another website, another social media incident, another jealousy thing. It was just like simple. And he was supposed to leave, and I go over to the other room, and I'm already just like packing his things and everything, and then it was actually really horrible. I forgot the part where it ended up super bad and police were here, but they were suddenly thinking that I'm the one choking him down to the ground and he's not breathing anymore, but it wasn't like that. It was the other way around, and I had nothing to prove. All I could tell the police is that yes, I had to grab him off of me. I grabbed him. I couldn't breathe anymore, everyone. So if anybody knows this, like, yes, you're gonna be grabbing onto someone's arm and just like, you know, trying to get them off of you. Everyone, it's horrible, but what happened today was kind of something like then. So this person just like forgets or something, and he's just suddenly controlled to just like push me for no reason, or just start trying to act like he's gonna punch me for no reason. But instead of that, he does something else, or he does punch me. But today it wasn't like that. And then when I grabbed the suitcase and I was just like, well, here are your things, and he was just gonna leave already, but I guess he wasn't leaving. And I guess I had his things right there at the door, and he puts them back in the room after he gets aggressive with me. And after that, I kind of really didn't know what to think about it anymore. But it just led to me taking my child to my mom's house because I was just terrified already, and I think that my child needed to go and do something else because that little boy has gone through too much. And I was already going to take him before that. I was already going to take him to my mom's house, but I guess something happened before I took him, and it led for me to take him sooner than the next week when I was going to. So I just left. I packed up the things in my car, took his things, and I took him to my mom's house, and then I came back, and now I was here with him. That was from July 2022 to January 2023 when my son finally came back. It's been such a horrible story, actually, but I'll talk about my son later because I've heard about stories like that. But I'll talk about that incident from 2022 to 2023 about Z. So I'll talk about that later. I kind of guess that, well, when we came back here and it was just like something like, I didn't really pay attention to the abusing part, but it was something like abuse had begun and I didn't really pay attention to it. I kind of care about it, but at the same time, it's like, it's not a big deal still because it happens sometimes, and I think that it's gonna get better, but it kind of didn't, and it's kind of not getting better now that I think about it. It kind of sucks now, actually. But still, I'm not feeling sad anymore. And I've been through some things where I've said that people have came into my house, so maybe like I should be scared to be alone, but my windows are shut now. I've got a lock on the door and I've got nails in the windows, so I'm gonna be fine. But I didn't think about it ever coming down to this where I get punched on my chest and now one boob is bigger than the other and everything is just happening like how like it's not supposed to be happening, and like I'm supposed to be happy with this person but it's not. Um I've learned a lot about expressing myself going to college, and it's a good thing. I have nothing against anyone in this house right now, but I do have something against those stalkers. They are weird and they need to go to jail for that. But yeah, I didn't really think about it like how I'm thinking about it now, where now it's like it's got to the point where it's a little bit too much of the abuse, and it's been from 2022 to 2023, and 2023 even got worse. Like, I guess I'll just leave this here like that as something of a reminder that I can still keep voicing my opinions and everything, and yeah, probably, hopefully, that everything happens and I'm still alive for the day that is after he leaves, because I've been kind of choked a couple of times and I've been like out of breath, and I don't know, it's gotten really horrible, and I don't really want to be like feeling like I can't really do anything for myself. So I guess this is why I shared the video, because I guess I've been hurt before and I never really knew how to talk about it. And this is not the reason why like anything is allowed to happen, right? But it has happened before, and everything you're going to be paying attention to in the background, how I'm a victim of abuse and I should let it out and I should talk about it and this and that, and how it should be interfered with one group and then another group. Like, I don't know if you know about Rihanna's story, but then I don't know if you know about how Kim is cyber stalking everyone. So it should be as if it should be a clash, and hey, now it's like, well, that's why we're stalking you. No, like, no, that's not why, everybody. Pretty sure that's what happened to her too, on how she got abused. But everyone, don't listen to anybody about this whole entire thing they're saying about the background. Just listen to me. Try to not get so confused about everything, because this is probably gonna have to keep getting talked about. So when that happened in 2022, I didn't really think it would lead to 2023 through 2023 getting abused, and it did. And what is it to really talk about, right? Hey, we can talk about how it should be love, or I thought it was going to be love, and how I should be stuck on that point. Like, hey, remember all the good times, or remember this, remember that, blah, blah, blah. And it should be like, I'm not able to say, well, I guess I'm going to have to be alone. And it's not that I'm going to have to be fine with it, because it's not a big deal. Back in 2008, I heard these stupid cyber stalkers saying, you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life, blah blah blah, all this bull stuff. And it was kind of like hurting me. And I guess I kind of developed a train of thought that just led to me thinking that I was gonna be alone for the rest of my life. And I kind of believed it. But then I found somebody. This was my first boyfriend. And he kind of experienced some things where he was telling me like Illuminati, this and that. I didn't kind of believe him, so whatever. We're not together anymore, and other things happened between those things, and now I'm here, and I didn't really feel like 2022 was going to lead to such a horrible year, but it's already been a whole entire year, and it's gotten worse. And I don't really know about anything about how they're saying, well, do you think it's going to work out? Well, for me, I don't think it will, but I know that if other people talk about it and they try to work things out with the person that they should, that's a good thing if they can talk about it and they can fix it. But if you're continuing to feel like you're like going through a bunch of abuse and it's not working like I did, and no matter what, you can't seem to get out of it. I think that maybe, for me, for an instance, I can't kick him out because he lives here now. So, it's kind of horrible. I don't know how I should feel embarrassed or anything. But it's kind of horrible. And, it's just how it's happening now. Like, in the state of New Mexico, the laws are that you can't have someone in here for more than 3 months or 2 months and then you kick them out. Like, it's when they decide to leave now. And a lot of things will happen. A lot of things will happen after this. A lot of things will be said and done and everything. That's not up to me. What is up to me is, I guess I don't really know why and if this is why YouTube was made, to be able to voice your opinion and everything, but it's a thing now where people talk about it on social media and like they're talking about how they've been abused. Well, I don't really want to be such a big person on that, because I think that at least if you can do it one time and until you get heard, then that's a good thing. But if it's like something like I'm advertising, like, hey, everybody, I'm a person that's talking about it on here, and now I'm giving them credit for YouTube, and now they're getting paid for me being on here and me using their website and me using their app, then I don't really want to be that type of person. So I'm on, let me say, I am on, I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm on my regular video recording, and I guess I shouldn't have been on it too long. But I know a lot about things. Growing up, I heard a lot about things about how people use their website to earn money, and whoever interacts with their website page and how long they stay on it and everything. And I know so much about everything, about how they've created diseases and how they've created mosquitoes, and of course everything is so known but not really talked about. Um well, going back to the story, I'm not going to cut it off this time, anybody, because it's kind of going in and out of it now that there are shorter stories within this story that of abuse that happened in 2022. No, I'm not going to stop, and you can say whatever you want in your background, but it's not about you right now. So, anyways, my son was sleeping. He kind of just woke up right now. I should probably just notice anybody on my prior videos. It's not been anything. It's no voices, nobody. It's as if I was just here by myself, right? But all of a sudden, it's going to be a thing. One thing right here. Ready? One thing. And then, so, as if it should get brushed off, and because I feel like also within this time, I should have been like kind of dumb to being treated like poop. And like, I shouldn't have been knowing about what I can do for myself and how I should be